Never use MACD with default settings. It gives many false signals. You need to change the settings of MACD so it will work better and more effective. In this video, I will teach you some special settings of MACD that makes it very accurate indicator. Just make sure you watch this video until the end and let's get started. But before we start, if you like my contents, please support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Alright, first of all, the indicator or the settings of the indicator depends on your trading strategy and how you want to use the indicator in your trading strategy. We can generally categorize it into three use cases: short-term, mid-term, and long-term. From this short-term, mid-term, or long-term, I don't mean time frame, but I'm referring to the type of the price movement you're trying to catch. So short-term here means short-term momentum changes that are happening in the market. Mid-term means larger swings of the price inside a trend, which we can also call it a mid-term trend. And long-term here means longer-term trend of the market, which the price is generally moving in that direction. Alright, let's begin with the current and long-term trend of the market. I teach you a settings that helps you with trend identification in a longer-term perspective. So you can identify long-term trend of the market regardless of all the pullbacks and short-term fluctuations that are happening in the market. Here we go to the settings of MACD, and here for the fast length we set it at 100, and here for the slow length we set it at 200, and here for the signal length we set it at 50. And then we go to the style tab and we remove MACD line and signal line because we only need the histogram. Alright, now with the settings of MACD, you can identify trends in your trend following strategy. When the MACD histogram is below the center line and red, the market is trending down. And when the MACD histogram is above the center line and green, the price is in an uptrend. You can clearly see that by the help of the settings that we made, the MACD histogram is perfectly showing us the current trend of the market, and we don't have changing of MACD position or color regarding the pullbacks or short-term fluctuations that are happening in the market. The MACD histogram stays unchanged during the pullbacks, as you can see, and we have a change only when there is really a change in the trend of the market. This MACD with the settings that we made will help you to filter the false signals during pullbacks. Very suitable to be used in trend following strategies, where by the help of this MACD you know about the current trend of the market, and then by the help of another indicator or price action trading concepts you find trading opportunities inside the current trend. So if in your trading strategy you need to identify the current long-term trend of the market, this MACD with the special settings that we made can effectively help you to avoid all the pullbacks and short-term fluctuations in the market and have a clear picture of the trends in the market. Just one point I must mention here before explaining the next settings of MACD. When the histogram is above the center line, as long as we have it above the center line, the market is considered to be in an uptrend. But you can see that we have two shades of green color here. When it is dark green, the price is strongly advancing in an uptrend, and when it becomes light green, it tells us that the upside momentum is weakening. We have light green in the pullbacks or flat market, and this shows that the upside momentum is weakening. But as long as the MACD histogram is above the center line, we can say that the market is trending up. Similarly, when the MACD histogram is below the center line and red, when the bars are dark red, the price is strongly declining in a downtrend. But when the bars become light red, it shows weakness in the downside momentum. And usually we have this situation in the pullbacks or flat market, or when a reversal is happening in the market. But as long as the MACD histogram is below the center line, we still have greater downside momentum than upside momentum, and the market is considered to be in a downtrend. Alright, now let me teach you the next settings of MACD, which is suitable for mid-term trend of the market. But before that, I'm proud to announce that recently I published a book, The Art of Price Action Trading, which is a complete guide to price action analysis. The link is in the description and you can get it later if you want to master price action trading. Alright, Alright, now I want to show settings that are suitable for midterm trend of the market. Here we go to the settings of MACD, and here for the fast length we set it at 34, and here for the slow length we set it at 144, and then we go to the style tab and we remove MACD line and signal line because we're going to use only the MACD histogram. Alright, this MACD with the settings that we made will help us with midterm swings of the price. Here, during the times that we have deeper pullbacks of the price, we can have a change in the MACD histogram. Unlike the other settings of MACD that stays unchanged during the pullbacks in the trend and it gives a larger picture of the trend, here this settings of MACD is more sensitive and so helping us with catching shorter term movement of the price in compared to the first MACD settings. Here this MACD settings help us with catching midterm swings of the price, and so this is suitable for strategies like breakout trading strategies or reversal trading strategies where the focus is on catching a new development in the direction of the price. For example, if you want to catch a breakout after a consolidation period, or if you want to catch a reversal of the trend, this MACD will help you to further confirm that the price is turning to that direction and we have the required amount of momentum in that direction. Alright, now let me teach you the short-term settings of MACD. Here we go to the settings of MACD indicator, and here for the fast length we set it at 5, and here for the slow length we set it at 8. With this settings of MACD, we have a change in the MACD histogram or similarly crossovers of MACD line and signal line on every short-term momentum changes that are happening in the market. You can clearly see that with every short-term noises on the chart, we have a change in the MACD histogram. This setup is suitable for fine-tuning your trade entry. In other words, to find the exact buy-sell signal moment based on your trading strategy. So this MACD with the settings that we made would be the buy-sell signal component of your trading strategy. For example, in your trading strategy, you have another trend indicator for trend identification. For example, let me add another MACD to our chart and give it the first settings that I explained in the video. Here we go to the settings of this MACD, and if you remember, for the fast length we set it at 100, for the slow length we set it at 200, and for the signal length we set it at 50, and then here in the style tab we remove the MACD line and signal line, and we use this settings of MACD for trend identification. When it is red, the market is trending down, and when it is green, the market is trending up. And then by the help of this MACD, with the short-term settings that we made, we can find buy-sell signals within the identified trend. For example, here the trend is down, and here we only take the bearish signals, which is when the MACD histogram from green turns to red. Actually, when this MACD is red and showing downtrend, here in this MACD, when the MACD histogram becomes green, it shows pullback, and when it turns to red, it shows end of the pullback, which is a good opportunity to enter a trade in the direction of the current trend. Similarly here, when this MACD histogram is green and telling us that we are in an uptrend, then here by the help of this MACD, we can take the bullish signals. We don't care about the bearish signals because they are against the current trend of the market. When this MACD is green and showing uptrend, here in this shorter term MACD, when it becomes red, it shows a pullback on the chart, and when from red it becomes green, it shows that probably the pullback ended and the price is gonna advance more. So providing a trading opportunity to enter a position in the same direction with the longer term trend of the market. This was just an example, and instead of this longer term MACD, you can have your own trend indicator in your trading strategy, or you can use price action concepts to identify the current trend of the market. Here I just wanted to show how a MACD with short-term settings can be used for identifying exact buy-sell signals, and how a MACD with long-term settings can be used for trend identification. In case if the degree of volatility in the market that you're trading is high, instead of this settings, you can have another settings. You just need to go to the settings of the indicator, and here in the inputs tab, and here for the fast length, you can set it at 13, and here for the slow length, you can set it at 21. So your MACD becomes smoother and less less responsive to very short-term fluctuations that are happening in the market. So you will not be distracted by the noises in the market. So depending on your trading strategy and the type of the price movement you want to catch by the help of MACD, you can use any of the settings that I explained in this video, which are optimized and effective for the purposes that I explained. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video and good luck with your trading.